Hey guys, what's going on? Saint Panda here, bringing you the top 10 tips to be in the top 1% of gamers. Over this series of videos, I will break down the way every player can become elite into 3 simple sections. These videos will elaborate on those sections with a total of 10 specific things you can do to be elite at any game you're trying to compete in. I wanted to share my success not as a means to highlight myself as a superstar, but instead to show you with the right practice, mentality, and drive can do exactly what I have done already. The first step to reaching the elite level at any game is the effort and energy you are putting into it. There's no denying that there are some people who have innate skills in gaming, but they also have a number of skills that they cultivated over time to become as good as they are. And, perhaps most importantly, you don't have to be Ninja or Shroud to become elite. One of the biggest secrets of gaming at a high level is that there is no secret. It just takes a lot of time, energy, and focus. Here are the 3 sections I focus on in this video series. 1. Intentional work to learn and improve. 2. Healthy self-reflection habits. 3. A strong mental game. At this point, you might be asking yourself, why should I listen to this guy? How do I know what he is saying is worth listening to? In League of Legends, I peaked at Diamond 2 and have hit Diamond consistently in multiple seasons. In Hearthstone, I've hit Legend in nearly every month since December of 2015, peaking at top 30 in Legend and finishing top 200 in Wild Legend as recently as May in 2018. I have also competed professionally in tournaments for about 6 months, where I finished as high as top 32 in South by Southwest Austin, representing over my professional career both G2 Academy and Kyoto Esports. In PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I have placed in top 1,000 in duo and squads in multiple months, and have consistently hit the top 1% in nearly every month I've played that game. In reflecting on the information I just presented, what was remarkable to me about this success was the diversity of the games that I was reaching the top 1% in. I personally know of very few, if any, people who can claim to have hit the top 1% in a MOBA, a competitive card game, and a battle royale / first-person shooter. I think these habits that I've used are a significant portion of what has made me great at these games, and not necessarily any innate skills that I had. Now that we've gotten to the premise of these series and my credentials out of the way, here is tip number 1 to becoming an elite gamer. Commitment. I know. It seems simple, but hear me out. There is no shortcut to becoming elite. How did the pros get to where they are? The answer to this question is, of course, complicated, but I guarantee that if you looked at their hours count for the specific game that they play, it would be astronomical. If you want to play a game at a high level, it requires a significant amount of time invested into that game. Time is the most significant factor of success at anything, and here's why. Time put into any effort becomes experience. Experience then becomes something we can rely on and utilize in difficult or tough situations to help us problem solve creatively, which, at the end of the day, is essentially what every game is. Seeking to problem solve creatively and efficiently. Whether that solution is to destroy the enemy's base, take their life total down to 0, or be the last person alive. These are all problems introduced by the game developer that we ourselves are supposed to solve by any means necessary within the limits of the game rules. Yeah, I'm looking at you right now, hackers. Think about it another way. Using League of Legends as an example. Last hitting, or creep score, best known as CS in League, is a huge source of income for most players in the game. A lot of learning how to CS optimally is simply repetition and practice. This repetition and practice allows getting last hits to become much more natural and requires less attention and focus. This frees up your focus, attention, and energy to other more intricate details of the game in front of you, such as the movement of other players, when and how you can pressure your opponent, or how to properly move around the map to support and help your team. Essentially, the more time and effort put into a game, the more game mechanics and knowledge of things within that game become less of our primary focus and instead become subconscious. When we are able to free up our brain on important specific details that separate the average and weak players from the elite, we are setting ourselves up to succeed at a more proficient level. Here's another example of this in the world's most popular current game, Fortnite. If you know things newer players may be unfamiliar with, such as an optimal loadout, chest spawns, and the most optimal way to gain resources, and even understanding the best way to build in a certain situation, you can give more focus towards what your opponent is doing or what you think they will do, and act accordingly to counter their strategy. That's it for this tip on commitment. If you enjoyed the content, go ahead and give that subscribe button a big panda hug, and be sure to follow my Twitter and Twitch for more content, information, and top 1% tips. Thanks for watching.